You said war. If this is a war, we would have solved the war and won the war. This is the greatest country in the world. When we go to win a war, we win it.
The least dangerous with medical value.
We all know what happened to Nixon, Nixon's history, but we all know that he used the demonstrator to divert attention from his illegal bombing of Cambodia.
Look at the context in which these drugs erupted into the culture in the 60s. We were conducting a vicious war in Southeast Asia.
Where did this policy come from? Unfortunately, I have conducted an inquiry into this, and I have determined that drug prohibition laws came for reasons of racism, empire building, and ignorance.
I mean, in Nixon's mind, I think drugs were associated with not liking Nixon.
War on drugs. War on drugs.
Put that line back in your like funny little face I'm gonna do. Alright, this is San Julian right here. This is fucking like that is the spot, dude. I walk down San Julian, we will get all that. Dude, you can do the yeah, all that fucking this tent city right here. Like San Pedro, Grand, all this shit. This is just nothing but drugs. This is considered a neutral territory to gangs, like all different gangs, Bloods, Crips. Everybody's like for a place of harm. Yeah, but you should put that
Least
camera
dangerous
down.
with medical value.
We all know what happened to Nixon's history, but we all know that he used the demonstrator to divert attention from his illegal bombing of Cambodia.
Look at the context in which these drugs erupted into the culture in the 60s. We were conducting a vicious war in Southeast Asia.
Where did this policy come from? Unfortunately, I have conducted an inquiry into this, and I have determined that drug prohibition laws came for reasons of racism, empire building, and ignorance.
I mean, in Nixon's mind, I think drugs were associated with not liking Nixon.
Back when I was in college, we used to cross the Mexican border to buy pharmaceutical speed.
What about the Yes. Blackout, psychosis, illusion, putting my wrist, things like that. Really? Yeah. Seeing things, demons and stuff. Pretty realistic. Very realistic.
Is drug related?
Former Governor Gary Johnson.
Who's he?
He was the governor of New Mexico. He was the governor of legalized drugs.
Oh yeah, that's why he's not the governor.
What do you think about him? What do you think would happen to America?
Well, you know that guy. If I knew he was going to be on your camera, if I wouldn't be talking to you. Because that's a defeatist attitude. That's right, New Mexico. But you should never have a defeatist attitude and give up because you say you can't solve a problem. So let's give up on bank robberies. Let's make everything legal.
The way I look at it basically is that we have gotten to where we've gotten today, and I think it's because of politicians and drugs have become the easy boogeyman to put all blame.
I'm the only politician you want to call me that will tell it like it is.
The judge ordered me to go to treatment, and I'm not able to go to treatment. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. Chain gang, county jail. I'm afraid I may. If I don't get into drug rehab right away. Like within the first 12 hours of my release.
Drug war, non-violent drug trade.
They trade their stock on Wall Street based upon the number of people that are in jail. If that isn't sick, if that isn't the best definition of sickness in a society, in a culture, in a civilization, I can't tell you what is.
He's in custody right now for certainly under the influence of PCP, certainly for the vandalism. He's also probably for ADW against a police officer because he was throwing glass at the police officers. Once again, completely incoherent and drug-induced crime, really.
But drugs. And so they're experimenting now more. And I believe we will have a whole menu of new drugs. And these drugs will not be regulated because the government has driven drugs underground.
I got my job description, like, that's almost a new age emerging international narcotics investigations, and I told them, look, we have gathered intelligence that the conflicts are involving black trafficking down in El Salvador. And then he just smiled, shook my hand, and walked away from me. And it was then and there that I knew that my government knew that these atrocities were occurring.
They were so...
I remember down in Central America, we were refueling planes full of cocaine coming into the U.S., and it was a CIA operation being run by the White House.
And to read the book, it was fascinating for me, to find out that I was connected with the CIA and all these high-powered people up in the government.
With terminal lung cancer, institute of only wanting to get high.
The people who are waging the war on drugs have every interest in continuing to do so, because especially medicines like hallucinogens. And I think we all agree in these discussions that what they do is they allow you to change your perspective and to think outside of the box that you're closed into. And that's the last thing that this power structure wants, is for you to think outside of the box. In fact, they'd rather make your box smaller.
But here's an opportunity to have a...
They're not protecting people. They're not protecting society. I can drive stoned. I can't drive drunk. But alcohol's legal because I don't know how to make whiskey. Do you know how to make whiskey?
It makes me feel better as a physician to know that the medical board sees marijuana as a drug and they are dealing with it as a medication, because that's the truth.
If it wouldn't have been money in drugs, I never would have been involved. But for me, it was a way to get out of the ghetto. It was a way to have the American dream.
All right, freaks, I hope you're ready for some more insanity, because we got some crazy shit for y'all to listen to today. I sped this song up just a little bit, you can tell. Yeah, they're one of the most amazing bands in the world. They can play a bass guitar like a guitar, like it's insane. This guy is talented as fuck.
Boyd was conspiranoid, fucking chemtrails in the skies. Cleaning little kids had microchips in all the chicken pot pies. Launching himself in his lawn chair, proving the earth was flat. Microwaving his burritos, now he always wears his tinfoil hat.
I have no idea which order we're going to do the time travelers, but we're definitely going to get into that. And we're going to talk about how I'm a time traveler as well, before we get into the meat and potatoes of what we have to show you all.
Berry and contrarian felt that Tony was selling her lies. So to keep from getting that big bad flu, she sprays his hat urine into her eyes. With barnacles in her nostrils and dryer sheets taped to her head. Berry and contrarian is now sneaking in a hospital bed.
Oh, it does that. That's cool. Sweet. Okay. We'll do it right before we begin the time traveler stuff after we bring everybody in. But you cannot make him drink. Uh-oh.
but you really make him think.
Oh. God damn, we got the whole crew coming in here.
For an open mind to open spills its contents on the ground.
Exactly. Time is sucks. Exactly. Isn't that like one of the jokes or something? Is that we always yell Primus sucks at their concert or something like that? Yeah, no, I know it's a long song, Micro. It'll end in a minute. It's just how we all get into the vibe. We get ready for the conspiracies through this song. It's how we do this. And this song still has like 4 minutes, but we're gonna go ahead and end it as soon as we get to the bottom of this. Yeah, exactly, Ivy. Oh, Micro says that she was not complaining, so we're playing the whole song. The whole song's being played. It's all Micro's fault. Blame Micro. Hashtag blame Micro. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Lucifer, exactly. That was the chant on the encore back in the day was Primus sucks, right? I remember, yeah, exactly. Blame Canadian Micro. Okay, Lucifer, we'll see you all later. Hail Satan. Or Spank Micro. Hashtag Spank Micro. I mean, we'll all do that later in VC after this. He deserves it. So Mango, what we've been doing, and everybody in the side chat or anybody listening who doesn't know, we've been calling the alter egos of ourselves the Canadian version. So it's always hashtag blame Canadian skits or blame Canadian Slim or whatever. So it's the alter ego verse because Canada is the blame for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Skits. It's the Canadian alter ego because they eat poutine. If you've not eaten poutine, you need to go out and try that dish. If there's no place around you that has poutine, I feel bad for you, but it is a good dish.
Yeah, new time for a race of extraterrestrial beings came to Earth about 500,000 years ago in order to mine gold. They are a race of blood-drinking, shape-shifting reptiles and infiltrated the Bush family. Margaret Thatcher, Bob Hope, and British royals.
Okay, so we have to wait until the end. Sure, Ivy. We'll go with that. I don't know how to say the second one, but sure.
It is instead a guess or a single instant play. GPS devices are rigged to make aircraft pilots wrongly believe that they are flying on the globe.
Okay, so here we blow everyone. It's like 10 more seconds. And then we're going to slowly bring in our panel. And as of right now, we have 2 intros for our panel guests. And eventually, and Mango, I don't know if she has heard this, I will be making intros for everybody, for all of you to come onto my channel very soon. So I'm coming up with one for everybody. So as of right now, we're going to go ahead and do this. Oh, I keep cutting off the Jewish space lasers every single time to get into the last one. But anyways, so here we blow. Yeah, exactly. So how we do this is I'm going to go here and we are going to bring in our first person on the panel by playing this.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
And here brings brainless. So
Hey, motherfucker. How you doing?
Doing wonderful. A lot better. That we have these intros and all these fun things that we get to do with our channels now, and I'm trying to make it more fun and interactive for all of us. So, unfortunately, the other intros that I have are not for anybody except for one more, but I have not completely made it for her. But we'll go with this. And the other people I'm bringing in, we have ideas on what to do for their intros. But before I do that, I just want to play this right quick for the heck of it.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther?
Okay, so we have all these fun little clips that we're going to be playing throughout these videos to make some extra fun things. So before I bring in the next lovely being, because I don't believe they're human, because this is what we have to share for their intro.
Clever girl.
And that is the lovely Micro's new intro. So how are you, Micro?
Very good.
Good. So there's the intro.
That raptor was not Micro. That was quite a big raptor.
No, but clever girl is what I like to think of you as. So that's why you have to have that.
Definitely a smart person. So yes, definitely.
Exactly. So that's why you're our clever girl, our clever pup. So I'm just going to bring in, I'm just going to bring in the other guests all at the same time. And I do have intros in mind for all of you. So don't worry. The next time I bring you all in, there will be an intro for all of you. So really quick, let's go through the panel, and then we'll get to the side chat, and then we'll get into the idiocracy that we have planned, which is I have like 10 different time travelers that we have video of them talking about pretending to go through time, and we will definitely break that down. Since I am a true time traveler from the year 4020 after stealing a time machine from the government, I'm real and they're fake, right? Is that how that goes? Anyways, so Vila, how are you doing, hon?
I'm good, thank you. I'm a lot better now. Like yesterday was, Slim. Yesterday was not a happy day.
Yeah, we were all in a lot of pain yesterday. That's why the stream didn't happen yesterday. Sorry, everyone. But there were multiple of us not having a good day.
And I saw something awful online, and YouTube is a piece of shit for it.
Exactly. Blame Canadian YouTube. And so
I don't even think it needs to be Canadian YouTube.
It makes it more fun.
American YouTube.
Because we always blame Canada. You can't
blame America. No, blame America. In this case, it's blame America.
I'm sorry. I thought Canada was part of America.
What?
America,
you mean that what you mean? Canada and Mexico touch the Americas, and they're a part of the northern American continent? What are you talking about? That is just hearsay. That's all fake.
Who's touching?
That is just bullshittery.
That's what the government wants to tell you. Don't believe the government. Never mind. Anyway,
my bottom.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, the only problem with Mexico touching
that one belongs to me. Who touched it?
But the only problem with Mexico touching our bottoms and being spicy is it can get a little dicey down there. You know,
Especially after Mexican food.
Please do not put hot sauce on your dildo before putting up your butt. There's our PSA for
hot
today.
Sauce does not make for good lube.
Yeah, that's going to be our PSA for today. Do not use hot sauce as lube.
Noted.
Okay, so
if you need to take note in that, then You're not old enough to have sex.
No. You deserve to get a Darwin Award if you do not understand that concept yet, and you're in the age of having sex.
Don't use deep heat or cool freeze for masturbating. Just don't
Yes,
do it.
do not use the icy hot, which is the same difference. Don't use icy hot while you're masturbating. You're not going to have a good day. That's all I have to say. So anyways, Mango, how are you doing?
I've been better. Glad I'm not worse.
See, we are very glad to have you on the panel with us. I just figured maybe that you needed to come on and have some fun with us because stuffs. So we're glad that you're here, and we hope that you can make it the whole time and you get to see all the fun, crazy, silly crap that I came up with. We're going to be dying the whole motherfucking time because of how hilarious all the fun stuff I found is. So really quick, ScHitT Marooney, how are you doing there, sir?
Doing good. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Sweet. Like I said, we have insanely fun stuff to go over. And unfortunately for all of you, I am very critical about fake time travelers. So I will be stopping every 10 seconds to cry about how they're not doing it right, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do right quick is we're going to go through the side chat and just say hello to everybody. And then hopefully by then there should be some other people that are going to join us. My queen, I don't know what she's doing. She may be looking at places or stuff and things. And so hopefully she'll be joining us soon. I had to charge my phone, so it's over there. So if anybody wants to donate $5 to have me do a swig of vodka, and or if anybody else on the panel wants to join me in this excursion or whatever, however we want to do this, just torture us. That's what we're here for.
Wish I could, but I'm on call.
Yeah, okay, so the brainless can't, but anyways.
Come on, ScHitT, you're going to do shots with him.
I got work in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, no. Again, I'm not asking anybody to, but what we like to do here on this channel, and just like Lizard does, and Mango, and a couple other people, I want to do things for you to give us money. I don't want to just grift, right? I can ask you for money all day long to help pay my fucking phone bill and crap like that, but I'd rather just say, if 5 of you throw me $5 then we drink a couple fucking shots and we all have more fun, and then you all help me pay my phone bill. I'd rather do it for a reason than not for a reason. So,
OnlyFans.
Just have some more people staple you.
Do you know how many butt plugs I break a month? I mean, I have to buy new ones all the time. So, you're just
by quality over quantity.
I just got to say one thing, Micro, that is one hell of an avatar.
That is a great avatar.
Yeah, no, that's great that you figured that you found that right after. So really quick, we're gonna go through here, and then we'll talk about being stupid a little bit more. So, anyways, everybody say hello to Lucifer, even though they went to work just a minute ago. So, thank you for being here, and hopefully you watch this later. We got the Harry Warp, of course, the demon. Oh crap! So Lizard was first. Well, Julian, because Lizard, see, that's the only thing I don't, it doesn't matter. But the reason why Lizard and Lizard, we get kind of confused. So Julian was here first, then the Super Magos, and of course, my doctor. He's my personal doctor. He's the one who sticks his finger up my butt to make sure that, never mind, we'll talk about that later. Then it would be. Yeah, no, he does it for free.
You take note of that.
He's got a van that he just drives up in front of my house, and I just get into his van.
It says free candy
right there.
No, it just says free butt stuff.
It says free butt stuff inside. Anyways, so then the next one is Jasper, and let's see, Ivy is here. Ivy Kuhn is here. So welcome. This is my digital buddy. So they are as well a time traveler because they are neither here nor there, or they can transcend through time with us when we do these things inside of the TARDIS. So the TARDIS is the word that the Europes use the UKers, the Englanders use, where we call it a time machine over here. No, I'm just kidding.
Bigger on the
Anyways,
inside, like Pip's vagina.
oh, it's huge inside. Yeah, no, it's just like your mom's vagina. It's huge. I mean, never mind. Yeah, I can throw. It's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. Never mind. So, anyways, hey, PB
Which
Game.
hallway? The TARDIS has multiple. It has a swimming pool and a library.
It's like throwing a hot dog down a labyrinth.
Yes.
It hits a wall, but there's still other ways that it can get. Never mind. So, Aaron Massa, welcome. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's see. Is there's anybody else who's not like posted into the side of my chat? Go ahead and
we're gonna start Slim
let
off
us
with
know
a double.
that you are here. Yeah, what's a TARDIS? Exactly, Doctor Who. You have no idea what the heck that is at all. So, anyways. And sure, yeah. In some places, it's called that blue box Slim sometimes goes into, and there's moaning coming from it. We call that the dungeon. That's not the time machine. That's the dungeon that happens in. And there's usually lots of moaning and groaning under consent, and they all sign an NDA and a contract, and they have to write down their safe work by hand so that it's all safe and it's all legit. No lawyers can sue me because of anything. But never mind. We'll talk about
Slim,
that later.
If I write my safe word down by hand, you won't be able to read it.
Oh, so
my handwriting is that bad.
I make you write down your safe word by your anus. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's anal signature. It's the butt kiss. It's a sun kiss with you.
I'm very curious if America's time machines are as good as TARDIS.
Of course not.
No, never.
Because, okay.
We have a DeLorean.
For the American ones, they just move you forward in time, right? You're in the same location, right?
Yeah.
But to be fair, the Doctor always somehow manages to end up in the UK at various points during time and space, and that's kind of weird.
I mean,
other places.
They also goes to other planets, and the TARDIS that the Doctor has is the stolen one that was in the scrapyard. So it's heavily broken.
Oh no, I'm aware. But we have a
I
DeLorean.
love Doctor Who.
So the real problem
I went
is
to the exhibit and saw the face of Bo. I hugged the face of Bo.
Okay, so the real problem is the Americans have never made a time machine. It's been the Japanese, and it was the UN that collaborated on it. So there is not an American time machine, right? So, I mean, in the Japanese one, it looks amazing. The only problem is it breaks down constantly. It's because they just made it look good. They didn't they outsourced their tech, and then they also did what all of the gaming companies nowadays do, and they make you tell them where there's a problem and how to fix it if you don't get your DNA scrambled during the process and don't make it through to the other side. And that's another reason why they did that. It's because you didn't make it through the other side. You already killed yourself. So how are you going to go on to Google and say this was a bad product? You can't really, give it a 1 star if you don't survive. So
real world problem.
And Eric Massa, I don't know why he never fixed the comedian circuit, but it didn't matter that much because, it always appeared as the 1950s police box. It blended into the people anyway. They didn't perceive it as being out of place. So there was no point. The bit that needed to be functioning was functioning.
Exactly. There we go. And I think it was the UN that made the inside a lot bigger than the outside. So I think we'll give that to them. And once again, the UN's time travel machine was way better because you actually had multiple governments working on it. Elon Musk did make a time travel machine for a minute, but it like kept breaking down because like he bought Twitter by then and he hooked it up to Twitter and it just like kept fucking like messing up because people were hacking into it. And but we'll talk about that later.
Like, he kept using it to go back in time to try to not fuck Amber Heard, but then he kept making the same mistake and he created a paradox, and that's why the Johnny Depp court case happened.
Exactly. Well, that and you know, he went back to try to like not he wanted to go back in time to have sex with more women, to have more children, because that's what he was wanting, world domination through his offspring, and that's where the glitch happened too. There was too many times he came back and you know had a kid and went, you know, so there's a lot of time splitting that happened.
Barcode names too, so it was easy to keep track of them. Just type them into the machine like.
Yeah, no, their names were 1011120, you know, like, or 50.67, you know, like, yeah, they were just all at some point in time just code numbers. And, you know, at one point in time in history or in the future, it just like in the past, people will be named off of QR codes and things like that. So their name will be, you know, you just like scan their name and like that's what their name is and stuff. Just like how shit and like a chair and stuff like that were names for people in medieval times or Victorian era or something like that, where it was like common words were used for naming children. It's going to be like that with QR codes and serial numbers and numbers, you know, at some point. Because when you make these children that are going to be born in a petri dish, you know, through the DNA mixture in a lab, you know, you're like, yeah, that's fucking 1072712. You know, I mean, okay, let's get into this because like I am just going to go on a tangent for 100 hours about how silly this is. So what we're going to go over first is we're going to go over 7 people who claimed to be time travelers, and then we'll actually go into like. People being interviewed as a time traveler. Let me just make sure there's like the right audio first. Okay, here we blow. We're going to go right into it.
Time traveler. 7 years ago, a filmmaker from Northern Ireland by the name of George Clark claimed that he had discovered evidence for time travel in the DVD extras of The Circus, a Charlie Chaplin movie released in 1928. Because where else? The clip he uploaded to YouTube, taken from a video of the film's premiere in Los Angeles, purports to show a woman speaking into a small black device held up to the side of her head, just like a mobile phone. Now, that's a good 50 or so years before mobile phones were even first thought of, and nearly 80 before your parents finally got one. So, yeah, what the f***? I mean, it seems slightly odd that a time traveler, who I'm sure would have been super careful not to have given themselves away on their trip, would casually walk around flashing a pit of futuristic tech. But what am I, the time police? Number 6, the time traveling hipster. Here's another idiot time.
What? Okay, let's just say that's happened, right? Why would it be held up to their ear like they're listening or talking to someone when it would be non-functional because there are no satellites for it to work?
Yeah. And
okay,
doesn't it look windy?
It was able to like survive the process of time travel, which surely would involve so much electricity that it might like.
Okay, we're gonna go through this as slow as that YouTube's will let us look at it, and let's just look at it a little bit better and just see what we could come up with. Dude, she could be a crazy woman who's just talking to herself, and for some reason she's got her hand up to her head. I mean, that's the easiest explanation right off the top. But let's look at this once again. Because she may be talking to somebody next to her. What if she's talking to the dude in front of her? And she's just like, I got a headache, Bill. What am I doing? What, you know? Right? She could just be talking to the dude in front of her. But he's just like, I'm not listening to this shit. I don't care, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She's holding her hat.
Yeah, it's windy.
Yeah, she's holding her fucking hat. That's she's holding something. Not because of whatever. She does seem to kind of have something in her.
Could be her
Could it
purse.
also be a hearing aid? A hearing aid?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you, Micro.
No, it could be a hearing aid.
Like, unlikely at that time.
Okay.
We're talking about Charlie Chaplin, the 1930s.
They could be holding so many things. Like this is not.
Or
It's not proof
they
of,
could
like.
just not want to be recorded and are covering their face.
Yeah, they may have just murdered somebody in a bathroom stall just 10 seconds ago, and they're like, oh shit, camera, fuck, I don't want, whatever. There's so many gazillions of answers that this could have been.
Like, we're talking historic. Like, this was Charlie Chaplin, these movies, 1920s, 1930s sort of thing. Late 30s, I know, because there was the fact that Hitler was obsessed with Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
So people back then in America and shit were still very suspicious and worried about cameras and
of course.
recordings and shit, especially in religious areas. They're like, oh my god, the camera's going to steal my soul.
They're hiding from the camera.
Well,
I
still feel.
If she was a time traveler, why would she go to a movie set where she knew that, like, she knew this was gonna be a big movie if she was a time
She's holding
traveler?
a hat.
Why
You can
would
see the shift as she turns her face.
Yeah.
Her fingers and
If she was
knuckles
a
move.
time-
Like, she's holding her hat.
If she was a time traveler, she wouldn't reveal herself like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely this doesn't make sense. It's cute and it almost works if you don't think about it, but there's something going on here. Obviously, that's just we can't understand. We don't know. She could have a radio up to her head. Who knows? Like, I don't think they were that small then, but there's anything that she could be holding her head for. What if she's got an ear infection? And you know how they used to like make you put the gauze all over your ears, or sometimes that's a way to like. What if she's just holding that crap up to her fucking face? I mean, there's so many other things that it could have been other than that. Anyways, let's keep blowing on because like I have like so much crazy insanity to go over. And once again, my phone's over there. So if you do donate for the shot, just let me know and I'll check it. And I'll check it in a minute. But like, if you say you donated and for a shot, I'm gonna take your word for it because I don't believe there's any trolls in our side chat right now. That
I may have donated for a double.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, brother. Like I said, just if you did do that, let me know and then we'll go for it. Let's see. I put it back to normal speed, I believe. Yes. And I put the volume back up. So let's get to the next thing. And while we're playing this, I will do
held
this.
up to the side of her head, just like a mobile phone. Now, that's a good 50 or so years before mobile phones
I wanted
were
it to
even
do
first thought
this.
of, and nearly 80 before your parents finally got
That.
one. So, yeah.
This one.
What the I mean, it
There we
seems
go.
slightly
Yeah, there we
odd
go.
that a time traveler who
Okay.
I'm sure would have been super careful not
Okay,
to
here
be
we
doing
blow.
themselves away on their trip would
We're gonna
casually
do
walk
the-
around
we're gonna do
flashing
all
a
of
pit
that.
of futuristic tech. But what am I? The time police? Number 6, the time traveling hipster. Here's another idiot time traveler.
Bad
one who,
vodka.
unlike the woman in the Charlie Chaplin video, apparently
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah, that's a
bother to try
terrible
and
brand.
blend in with
Why?
contemporary culture by buying some clothes the very second he
Ugh.
got there. Now, I have seen Back to the Future, and that is an absolute prerequisite.
Oh, I
According
remember
to
this. I
some,
debunked it
the above
straight
picture
away.
shows a man from our time, or perhaps a little earlier.
No,
doesn't
no,
at
that's not
all.
how this. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any. Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry. I got to do this. Let me do this right quick.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Right, so
Okay.
I know this picture really well. They tried to say
Yeah.
that the camera he's holding is incorrect, the glasses and the whole outfit. However, that camera was in existence back then that he's holding. In fact, it was a rather limited edition run, but it was in circulation, it would have actually been quite expensive, and there were only a few made, but it's true. Same for the sunglasses. They are of the era. The
So
37 with a W is actually for a college sports team, so it's likely he's just a basic rich white boy at university with daddy's money to spend.
Word.
Or
so really quick, Vila's definitely correct about like that's a wool jacket, that's that type of t-shirt, whatever's on his neck is from blah blah blah. The only thing is those glasses were for welders. So if he was in a welding class or he was learning how to weld in college, that would have been a common type of glasses back then, or working with different types of light projection and stuff.
Well, if there were welding glasses, then he would not be seeing much now.
Well, that's what the difference between those type and regular welding glasses is. They began in around this time making them so that you could have prescription welding glasses and or glasses that you could wear inside, outside, and all around. Yes, it would be very hard for him to see, right? It would be very dark, but he was trying to be hip. He's a fucking, he's.
I've watched a video, I think it was Logic or someone who actually found the model of the camera, that it was the brand of the sunglasses, that it was the works.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It all makes sense if you actually
they even got in contact with like Kodak about the camera. Like they talked with Kodak and asked them, like, have you ever made this camera? Like, they're like, yeah, look, here you go, this is it.
Yeah, and everything's explainable. His hairstyle is definitely a very popular hairstyle during that time. Everything he's doing, it looks normal unless you're trying to make it look weird.
And I think it's also like the people that are standing close to him are
all fucking old people,
and he is young.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you take any photo with any type of fucking circumstance in any era with a fucking 20-year-old in the middle of fucking people who are elderly, or let's say an age gap of a generation, 2 generations, what do you think's gonna happen, motherfucker? This. Duh. I mean, this isn't like hardcore math or unless you're looking for this. And that's a problem with all these things, is these people are looking for like things that aren't there. They're making extra steps when you don't need extra steps. You know what I'm saying?
Don't know why Ivy tagged me because I didn't say anything yet. But actually, those are not not welding glasses. Those are actually sunglasses that were initially available in the 1920s. That's how old those glasses are. What we have here is we have a university student that likely works for like the paper at his university, checking out the events at the opening of the Gold Bridge. That's what this picture is from.
Yeah. Like
it's the opening of the Gold Bridge. So
we have evidence, like Mango's saying, that camera, we know it existed then. We know the brand of sunglasses. Even the style of the jumper, they were trying to say, oh no, they didn't have that in existence back then. No, like the crew neck sport shirt was invented in the 1920s.
Yeah.
Like
university student can be fucking weird.
I couldn't hear that. Sorry.
University students can be fucking weird sometimes.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. And once again, that's a perfect explanation. A college reporter for the news in a university is going to come to a thing where predominantly it's just a bunch of older people, obviously, that you see in the photo that is trying to do a news report. And once again, everything that is on them, you can look up and see that it was time period. Ooh, like
scary.
It's so easy to just do research. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing
those
is,
are just
the reason
really old sunglasses. Like it makes sense that they're like blocked off on the side because you're figuring out how fucking sunglasses work.
Yeah, well, and the only reason I said it was like a welding is because like I had these welding glasses that I had given down to me from a welder, and they were from the 1920s. And he refurbed them over and over again. Like he re-put in the things, but the glasses and the sides were from the 1920s. So I still have them. So to me, they look exactly like those. So the technology was there and everybody was already doing that kind of glasses. So yeah, this may have been like a popular thing that they did, but we have that technology. That was nothing new. So this does not prove fucking shite. And then once again, that Micro said is if you were a time traveler, what the first thing you would do is you would go to a store and you would go and ask, what is the popular style? And you would just try to fit in. You'd go here.
If you're a time traveler, we go with the theory of it's a deliberate act, not a accidental.
Totally. Yeah.
Like you would have someone give you the clothes for that era. You would be given the right clothes, you would be given this, that, you'd be given the right language to use.
Yeah.
They're not going to risk you fucking something big up, like bringing over polyester too early and all of a sudden changing who invented it, causing the wealth to go to a different person, causing irreparable damage and change because with money in America goes with politics and they back a different person and everything would change. They wouldn't risk it.
And the other thing that you forget about certain time travel without a container or being in something is you time travel naked. Just like the Terminator. So when you arrive in the certain time you're naked and you have to walk up to the first biker and say, give me your clothes. You know, you have to wait till you find the right clothing. So you're going to be in the style of the clothing anyways because you fucking take their clothes.
Now you're talking about the point again.
Yeah, well, okay, sorry. Yeah, that's just in my imagination. No, okay. So anyways, let's keep blowing on because
how long would you have to be wearing those clothes then? Like you go with one set of clothes, the ones you're wearing. How are you going to do when you're washing them and shit? Or like you wouldn't buy a second pair of clothes or something at some point.
Yeah, probably buy a second pair.
It never makes any sense.
Well, you would really hope that they give you a backpack full of like a couple pairs of clothes that you could like at least get through or whatever. Now, again, none of this makes any sense. And one thing that we're going to talk about over and over again that will happen while we're going over the interviews of time travelers is I have done a lot of research into time travel, and through that I have come to understand, and I've heard people, and at one point in time we'll delve into this further. Right now we're having fun and we're not going to like go through like the actual science, but oxygen levels and the other mixtures of the atmosphere chemicals were completely different. If any of us were to go into time travel to Egyptian time, we'd actually choke ourselves out and die. Do you know how hard it is for our bodies to go from sea level to the Rocky Mountains in just like 2 days or in like 1 day? If you go from sea level to 12,000 feet, you're about ready to fucking die. Do you know how many?
Like deep sea diving. You have to go up in sections, then wait 15 minutes, then go up to the next bit, wait 15 minutes. Otherwise, you get like what they call like the bends. The
bends.
Where what the CO2 does something in your blood.
Yeah, it causes
pressure and everything.
Yeah. So really fast before we get further into this, and this is like my firsthand proof, or this is what I love to bring up and whatever, is when we had headliners that would come from other countries to come here, we actually had to buy them oxygen tanks with an oxygen mask for the singers. Because they literally would go on stage and sing 2 songs or one song and come off stage and almost pass out. They're starting to turn blue and white and colors, right? Purples and blues. And you have to fucking oxygen mask them for like 2 minutes and then get them back on stage to fucking sing. Like, you don't understand how like crazy it is to go from sea level to fucking 1,200 feet that in one day.
Especially if you're gonna be doing anything.
Belting and singing and putting out, you know, some of the other performers, we did that as well. You know, after a drummer, they're almost passing out the whole fucking time. So just from current oxygen levels, imagine if you were to go to the Wild West and from wherever you are to fucking Arizona, which is like 100 feet above sea level, and there is no fucking humidity. There's not this, there's not that, there's no AC, all of this fun stuff back then. Do you think you could survive? Probably not, unless you were like somehow conditioned to it. And that's the whole thing that people forget is the world isn't the same everywhere. And even if you go from here to another place on our time plane, it's still really, really hard on the human body to go from here to another place and to time travel through just taking a plane. So, okay, let's keep blowing on.
Casually standing amongst a group of onlookers from 1941 at the opening of the Golden
In 41,
Bridge in Canada.
what?
And it's absolutely not untrue to say that he does look a little out of place. He's got sunglasses on, for one thing, and he appears to be wearing a button-up shirt over a t-shirt like a massive, massive square. Experts claim that Logan's getup was somewhat unusual for the era. All of the clothes seen there were available to buy if you just, you know, looked in the right stores. Imagine being so trendy, you kick off a conspiracy theory. Bravo, sir. Number 5, John Titor. After capturing the attention of an internet forum at the turn of the millennium, alleged military time traveler John Titor supported his claim that he had been sent to the year 2036 with a series of predictions about the near future. Now, you might have expected these to be vague or bereft of detail in the traditional style of doomsday preachers who'll claim the end of the world is definitely, maybe, perhaps coming in the next 10 to 200 years. But Titor claimed the Olympic Games would soon be discontinued, that the United States would descend into civil war in the aftermath of the 2004 presidential election, and the long-awaited
After 2004.
sequel World War III would finally break out in 2015. Now, and I'll have to double
In 2015, which didn't happen. So anyways.
check this, but I'm pretty sure none of those came true. But that's all right, though, because Titor's fans, let's call them Titor truthers, claim that he simply witnessed a different timeline to our own. So, yeah, I'm fine.
Of course.
Number 4,
There's a reason.
Hakan Nordqvist. The story of Hakan Nordqvist stands out from the list of time traveler tales insofar as he didn't claim to move through time deliberately. Rather, he says, he accidentally slipped through a portal while attending to a pipe underneath his sink. If I had a house. One proof? Well, the Swede actually recorded a video on his mobile to document it. It shows him bumping into a 70-year-old version of himself and sharing a casual chat about the fact that they had matching tattoos on their lower arms. To be fair, the video definitely...
you can go into any fucking tattoo shop around a certain time and get the same fucking tattoo because it's fucking called flash art.
How old did they say the time difference is?
20 years?
He said that he ran into a 70-year-old version of himself.
Yeah, with a tattoo that is just as neat and clean and well kept as the original.
Yeah, it did not look aged at all.
There's no aging to it. It looks brand fresh new on the skin, but there's no redness. So it's likely one of those shitty ones that you get sent to you and like the transfer thing that's like last week's. Not the normal one, that weird one that like Instagram started doing videos about and shit. Look, probably one of those. Because there's no damage to it or fading or bleeding out whatsoever. With that time difference, there's going to be some fucking change to it. Even if you take great care of it, you put sun cream on it, you maintain it like a motherfucker, there's change.
And if you look at those motherfuckers' faces, they do not look the same. The chin is not 100%. The fucking certain part of the fucking nose, even though it's really hard to see in this. And like, oh, we'll do this. But still, that's not the same motherfucker. Fucking shut the fuck up, dude.
As you get older, but there's a big difference in the ear size.
You know how many fucking times you fucking go to a fucking rave or you go to a party or you go to an event and you see two douche nozzles that have the same fucking tattoo? all
even
the
look
fucking
like
time.
one has detached earlobes and the other has attached earlobes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Their ears and their fucking forehead, the shape of their fucking head is not the same. Nothing's the same other than these dumb twats drunkenly went into a fucking place, probably on different sides of the country. It doesn't matter because tribal flash looks almost the same no matter where you go. If you go to a fucking party town, the same flash is going to look exactly the same. You're going to find this. You're going to find this flash.
His name sounds kind of sounds kind of Swedish, so he might not be American.
It is very likely this.
Recorded a video on his mobile.
Go ahead, Brain. Micro.
His name sounds Swedish.
Yeah, the name does sound Swedish or something. Well, I don't know it's Swedish, but it sounds like Slavic, Eastern European.
No, not Slavic, Eastern European, Scandinavian.
That's the word. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
I always forget what one it is. Sorry.
Okay, so
the
these
other
two
guy's tattoo
douches.
looks bigger.
It does look bigger.
And totally. So what happened is these two douche nozzles went into a fucking tattoo shop within a week from each other, and they picked a piece of flash art off the fucking wall that meant something.
They got matching tattoos. It's a dad and son, or like they're friends, or they're close somehow, and they got some symbol for each other that vaguely looks like a fish or a whale or something.
Yeah. Okay, Ivy, we'll see you. Yeah, no, it does not mean time traveling at all. This is just a bunch of bull crap. Okay, so now we'll go into. We're gonna go into the next one.
A man by the name of Andrew Carlson was supposedly arrested by U.S. authorities in 2003 after turning $800 into $350 million with a series of high-risk trades in the stock market leading to accusations of insider trading. According to legend, the man told police that the explanation for his improbable run of fortune was that he was actually a time traveler who had gone back in time with the express intention of making his fortune in stocks and shares. With the investigators quite understandably skeptical of his claims, Carlson offered to give them clues about things like the location of Osama bin Laden or the cure for AIDS in return for his release. The story ends with him mysteriously granted bail and then abruptly disappearing without a trace.
Well, he did have $460 million.
And he probably ratted out the people who were doing worse shit than him for government protection, witness protection. That's how you disappear.
Yeah.
Like,
it's this part along.
And of course, like, what's the easiest way to like claim insanity? Is to fucking tell the judge you're a fucking time traveler. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an easy like wannabe.
I was gonna say poo in your hand and throw it at the judge, but that's better.
Yeah, exactly.
With admittedly all of the other parts that makes you doubt whether it wasn't all just some media hoax designed to sell a few extra papers. But I mean, really, come on, what's more likely? A man breaking all the known laws of physics or the media being dishonest? Number 2, the Philadelphia experiment. In the list of things the US government claims doesn't exist, the Philadelphia experiment is right up there with Roswell and effective gun legislation. Thank God then for internet conspiracy theorists and their low-grade camera equipment.
And
here,
the potato
military
cam.
is claimed to have rendered one of its ships temporarily invisible to enemies during a top-secret mission in October 1943. They achieved this, so it said, by traveling about 10 minutes back in time. Going a few minutes into the past by messing around with electromagnetic and gravitational forces beneath the seabed is a lot more believable than the concept of a time machine in which you literally punch in your intended destination like a microwave. But authorities have always denied that such an experiment took place at all, because, I mean, obviously, of course they would, and the science behind it is, at best, sketchy. Number 1, Donald bloody Trump. Yep, this is the best one. Some experts, and by that I mean 4chan, have postured the theory that Trump's
God damn it. Okay, we just have to give this a second. Did anybody give me more money to take a fucking shot? Because I really need a fucking shot after all of this.
Remember, ScHitT gave you a double.
We already
did the double.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No worries. But, okay, so QAnon is saying that Trump is a time traveler and or that he's like manipulating time through certain reasons. So let's get into this idiocracy, because son of a beach. Do you think fucking Trump is that smart to fucking like actually do any of this shit? Fuck no. And if you think otherwise, you probably shouldn't be watching this stream in the first place. In the second place, go do your own research and figure out how many fucking casinos he's failed, how many businesses that he's fucking bankrupt, and how he never pays anybody for anything that they do for doing things for him. Construction workers, even governments. There's cities that fucking like he owes billions of dollars to for doing conventions and shit like that. Like, this is the like loserest douche nozzle in the fucking world, even though he thinks he's the fucking best. And I'm just gonna stop there, because like if I'm ever around him, like there may not be a Trump anymore in this multiverse level that we're in. Let me put it that way. Instead of saying in Minecraft that he won't be here anymore, I'm going to say if there's a multiverse and there's another level of it that I get to like intercept, there will not be a Trump. But let's keep going anyways.
Probable election success was actually the result of time travel. Let's unpack this. In the 1940s, John Trump, Big Donnie's uncle, was tasked with investigating the work of one Nikola Tesla. Yes, he of the mad scientist / mysterious genius delete as appropriate fame. The story goes that Big Unky Trump claimed that there was nothing of value in Tesla's work, but secretly stole his plans for a time machine. Fast forward nearly 80 years into the future, and his nephew Donald was finally able to make the thing work. How, you ask? By harnessing the lightning bolt that hit the Trump Tower the night of the GOP nomination. With his new power, he zipped around in time, correcting any mistakes he made on the campaign trail, and just about got himself into the White House. Now, is that crazy? I mean, absolutely, yes, it is, but no more crazy than the idea that he might have won the thing fair and square. So, yeah, that's it. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Okay, so that is those people who thought they were a somebody and a something. Let's see. Let me see which ones I want to go over first, because like, dude, I have so many psychopaths that claim to be. Oh God, it's so good, so good. All of these are so great. Let's go ahead and through this one first.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I need to get through. Okay, we'll go through the beginning of him explaining it, but I have to skip a couple things because he's got ads, and obviously he's doing this for a reason. And it seems like he's making money off of this with, big surprise. But yeah, so we'll go through the beginning right quick and then get to how it all links up to him being on whoever's channel.
3 weeks ago, this man appeared on the popular American TV show Dr. Phil. His name is
Dr.
Oren,
Phil.
and he claims
to be Dr. Phil,
a traveler from the future, specifically the year 2050. During his appearance on Dr. Phil, he was questioned by Dr. Phil himself on the validity of his story regarding whether or not he was really from the future. Obviously, there was a lot of
and he says he's a cyborg, but I don't know who he is, so he's not.
Online regarding his story, some people saying that Oren is making this all up for fame. We at Apex TV an open mind, and we love.
Okay, like I said, we need to just. So now we're going to go to here.
The incoming apocalypse.
Sorry. We're going to go to the beginning of him speaking, which is right here. And I'm going to let him talk. We're going to speed it up a tiny bit. We're going to let him talk for a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. And then we're all going to add our opinion into it. So here we blow.
And decide for yourself.
Fair.
We are Oren, a collective conscious and cyborg sent by a higher civilization to warn humans of the incoming apocalypse. Humans are writing their own destruction with things such as...
Okay, the first thing I'm going to say right off the bat is like you using fake lasers and fake like lighting that does all this weird crap all over you does not make you feel more futuristic, honey. You would not do this if you were serious about what you were doing. Everything around you and okay, in the background there's fucking water bottles.
I don't like how he has the water bottles symmetrical.
Yeah, no.
They're
so
plastic,
this is
trash.
This is not what a fucking futuristic humanoid would do or a cyborg. FYI.
Disease, famine, environmental disaster, and technological singularity. We are here to warn humans and to prevent the fusion.
I'm sure I don't need to
sorry.
say this, but somebody take care of the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Avila.
So he's talking about war, famine, destruction, etc.
Sure.
Yeah, he's got a poster art, which is paper that is from deforestation. He's got plastic bottles which go in landfills, which causes, litter and problems.
Yeah.
He's got a stupid plastic toy that I don't even know what that is. It's not quite, doesn't look quite like a Cyberman, but something dumb.
Yeah.
Again, more plastic waste. Now,
Why?
he may have these things as novelties of a bygone era, but they wouldn't just be things of our age. Can you imagine 100, 200 years in the future, getting your hands on something from the Victorian era? There will be people that haven't even seen something like that for a century, maybe. Right?
Yeah.
You want to get all those kinds of things if you were a knick-knack collector, because these are like historical things that you would never have seen before. They will be amazing to you. But it looks like he's trying to be minimalistic, but he's put stupid things up that would not be like, oh my God, look at this crazy thing that they used to have back then.
Yeah, no, all of this, his background does not make any sense at all. It's being very silly. He's pretending to have these like wannabe laser lights around him that are shining. That's not how you would do this if you were actually serious for this bullshit.
In the future that we have seen, Oren is a normal person. He was a normal person. We have taken over his body, and we are speaking through him to you. Oren always knew that he was different. He knew that he was aspiring for something greater that his peers did not look for. He realized that his current existence was a ploy to keep him distracted from the greater truths in our reality. Correct. We have implanted a chip in Oren's brain, which is how we speak to you now. The implant process was that he was put to sleep. During that time, we transported him to our facility.
Why did you not find anybody to interview you? Why are you doing this by yourself in your room alone? Why didn't you go out and find an actual news source like Fox News, CBS, CNBC, CBS, any of these other things to try to get your story out there? You're doing this alone.
Gonna say something that is probably well dickish.
Sure.
But we're talking about higher beings, that from the future, all this shit. Why would they pick a random ass person instead of someone that could
describe,
actually have power to do something and change something? And out of everyone, one of them people in a people that are persecuted,
and one of the
in outer space implanted the chip and then sent him back.
What I mean?
Yeah, and one of the other things that we want to bring up right quick that we've talked about in private chat, and we've said, and I've talked to linguists about this, is they would not be speaking in this way. They would have code words and slang that we don't understand. It's just like talking to somebody from another country. And they say biscuits, and you're like, yeah, I know what a biscuit is, and they can bring you a cookie, and you're like, oh, wait, what?
Or a crisp, Super Ghost.
Or any, there's little things like that these people do not bring up that makes it so that they're not from another world. Some of the times they do pretend to try to reference things. They're like, oh, in your time you would call it this. No, but you would accidentally call it that in the first place. You would say, the ring-a-bob. And you'd be like, what? And you'd be like, oh, yeah. In our time, that means when you fill up gas, right? there would be a lot more like weird references that we would not understand, as in colloquial and or as slang that they never bring up. He is trying to pretend he's speaking proper English. That is not exactly how a time traveler would talk. You would even if there was an AI controlling this, right? Even if there was somebody in a control room controlling this being to say these things, there would still be slip ups in certain things, and or they would say specific things about time that we didn't know about exactly, right?
Yeah, considering it's someone they're saying it's a microchip, and like they're controlling his body, a collective of people, which means they're around other people from their time zone, whatever, which means they're interacting with people using that language, those slang terms, all of it, constant
and accents,
not
and
if it was so like they would be doing it because they're like, oh shit, we don't know, like, because then it's
he thinks because he can talk, not to be a dick, but because he thinks he can talk white, he is like saying, oh, I'm a time traveler, even though that it's a character he's trying to do. But obviously he's saying, oh, I can like say all of the pronunciations right. I can pretend to be a time traveler. This is completely an act. I mean, this is like so silly, and so nothing against this gentleman themselves, except for that they are faking this, but like it is completely fake. It's so easy to just like disprove anything he's saying. And then once again, that I'm going to say throughout all of this is none of them actually predict anything in a dramatic way. If you wanted to tell us that you were a time traveler from a certain time, you literally could say, on this day, this happens. This happened in a progression in a certain way right before it happens. And the way that we know that like that doesn't change history is because if you're a fucking nobody on a no channel with no viewers, right? And you predicted something and all of a sudden it came true, and 2 days later you fucking blew up, that was not ruining the prediction, right? If you somehow had influence on the zeitgeist and public media and you've predicted something and it did come true, you could say that somebody somewhere did something to make that right. But if you like the easiest way to do this is go onto YouTube, post a private video, right, of a prediction, right, which is a timestamp, and it has all the information that says that you did this before something, right? And then after it became an actual thing, you could post it and then say, look, I had information before and you did it 3 or 4 or 5 times. We could actually say you may have been a time traveler, right? There's way more evidence. There are totally ways to do this shit with technology to make it so you can prove yourself. These motherfuckers never do that shit. But anyways, let's keep going because like I have so much more to get through.
That happened 2 years ago. Oren is still a normal human. He just has access to more information through the chip.
But he never exactly talks about how the chip got implanted or where they put it or what they did exactly with it or like the version of the chip. Because if you were to tell me that your chip was a blah, 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 blah implant, I could fucking say that made me more true because I can tell you about all the implants that I have. All the implants I have are different versions of different type of microchips and different installations and different versions, right? So no information does not make me believe that you know what you're doing. The more information you give me, the better.
Information that is given to him by the higher civilization. Oren was a willing participant.
And just a higher civilization.
Like, how did they pick him? How do you know he was willing?
Yeah, and or they said a higher civilization. What, of the UN? Of the international global federation of your mama's vagina? I mean, what was the people that did it? Tell me the organization. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Also, if Oren is still in there, why the fuck isn't he talking as well?
Exactly. So where's the there's not enough information. These people never these wannabe time travelers never fill in, and I don't even want to call them humans. These wannabes, when they say this, they don't give you enough information. If I was to be from another, let's say we could go back into the 1950s right now. You know how much information you could fill into people, right? If you were to like say, see that newspaper you're reading, one day you're going to have a little itty bitty box that fits inside your hand that you can scroll through to see that information. Are they going to understand it? Fuck no. But that proves that you're a time traveler, right? None of these motherfuckers ever give you extra information that we're like, what? And then then in a year, it's like, oh shit, there is an electronic version of a taint shocker that was never there before. Oh, he talks about the taint shocker and how it works, right? I mean, it's just you just gotta tell one piece of technology or three. If any time traveler can give me 3 pieces of information of technology that was not existing before our time, that they can put a tiny, even a year when it's going to happen, I'm totally down. You know what I'm saying? Like there used to be 10,000 people a year that died of erotic asphyxiation. But you know what we did is we made this technology where dudes could like do that without killing themselves because this AI would let go in enough time so that they could get their oxygen back. I'd be like, okay, you're from the future, you know, like, okay, that works. But there's not enough information any of these people give us to like let me know that it's actually real, right? Did I just like pull out one of my other fetishes that I've never talked about before? No, I didn't. I just swear to God. But anyway,
are you sure? Are you, because bit too descriptive there, Slim.
Mango, will you just choke me for like a minute? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's keep going.
1 minute, no longer, no shorter.
Just
one exact
that's what I'm talking about.
Set a timer.
See what I used to do is I had to go
1 minute.
What I used to have to do is I used to have to go to a nurse, right? And she'd put on that like thing around my arm, and then she'd choke me out. And then as soon as my blood pressure dropped far enough, then she'd let it go. And never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Oh my God.
But anyways, they're not giving us enough information about a certain subject to let me believe that, right? If you were a time traveler, you could say, this is how we time travel. This is how we do this. In the future, people don't have heart attacks anymore because everybody who's over 13 or 14 gets an implant or they wear a watch. And then this, there's not enough information to give us. And that's why we know it's fake.
Yes, we have time travel. That is true. We went to the future to 2050 and we saw the apocalypse. We saw the rivers that were poisoned through to mercury. We saw artificial intelligence that became
and then why would that happen? If you were telling us a story about that happening, you would give us a story about why mercury somehow poisoned our whatevers, right? You wouldn't just give us blunt statements. You'd give us explanations about what is happening, and that's the difference between these people. They're giving us blunt statements, which do not lead anywhere, and of course. How can I disprove you if you're pretending that it's from the future?
Sentient machines will enslave humans. After being their slaves for the past 100, 200 years, they will then revolt. That is artificial.
Why are all of a sudden robots slaves for other people, right? That's not how a robot works. A robot is made to facilitate a thing. You're not a slave unless you have a sentient brain or workings inside of it. So once again, why is there a difference between robots and artificial intelligence, or why is there this difference between these? Nothing he says makes any sense. Unfortunately, not to put this kid down, has nothing to do with his background, but he's not learned it, right? Like, not to be a dick, he knows a lot of fucking huge words, but he actually hasn't done a lot of research into the subject to make us actually believe what he's really saying could be truth because he's sputtering out pretty much word salad at this point.
Artificial intelligence that is sentient. It was created by the higher civilization. They have a device.
Again, who is the higher civilization? Where do they come from? Why are they controlling us now? Where's the hierarchy in here? Just keep going. I have so many fucking things we need to get through.
That allows us to transport. It opens a black hole, which allows us to bend space-time.
And we know Pip is there, and she's already told us she's opening up herself for us to enter her. God damn it. God, let's keep going.
To travel to a point and a destination.
And if there's anything in the side chat that's going on that I can't do, there's people here that should be able to. God damn it! Yeah, Vila can, and soon we'll have Brainless and Mango. Anyways, if there are thingies in the side chat that needs to be brought up, please do that, because I can't see it right now.
I got you.
Orin did time travel physically. That is correct. This particular body was sent back. He was brought from the past to the future, and then back from the future to the past to speak with you here now.
Because that makes a lot of sense. We had to make you go through time travel through multiple universes back and forth so that you could speak horribly and give us blank fucking explanations of how things work by time traveling, you fucking twat. You know how intricate your motherfucking ass would be if you actually went through time travel and if you were invaded by a alien species or you were taken over in your body. This would not be this fucking blank and this fucking pretend experienceable. You know what I'm saying? You would be like, oh my god, you know what it's like to fucking go throughout fucking time travel? It feels like somebody's jiggling your belly or somebody's tickling your taint or this or that, or
Sorry.
It would be very descriptive. But go ahead. Anybody else who wants to talk, because
your penis is in the house.
Why do so many people associate higher intelligence with lack of emotion?
Exactly.
The more empathetic we are, surely the more advanced we would be. Because we've seen in the past how ruthless and callous we were and how good that did for us. Look at all the atrocities that have happened.
Yeah, but still, when you experience something traumatic, you talk about it in different speech pattern than what he is speaking about this at all. You know what I'm saying? If you're involved in a mall shooting or somebody you get you're somewhere and shootings happen or a fight happens right next to you or somebody gets hurt next to you. I'm trying to be as tame about this as possible because I want to go way further in this explanation. But when things happen around you that are traumatic or that are very hardcore for your psyche, you're going to explain it in different ways, right?
Yeah.
He's pretending to explain it in ways that oh, this thing came. No. You would say, oh, this is this. Whatever. Let's keep blowing on because I can go on for.
If they cared enough that the world was coming to an end like that, if they had enough of a fuck to give.
Yeah. And
even if. And do all this shit, send them back. Then why are they not pleading emphatically with how bad it was?
Yeah.
The extent they went to kidnap a person.
Yeah.
Take them to another place, make them see this, and get them to agree to let them in his body.
But then they're like, oh, we took over your consciousness and now we're going to talk through you. It still, I don't believe, would be as empathetic or as hollow as this would be. You know what I'm saying? You would, if anyways, let's keep going because I want to get there's we're not going to get through all of them today. We're going to do a part 2 and part 3 of this because literally I have 10 people that we need to go through, and we'll go over the rest of the things in another thing. I'm just gonna make it. This is just gonna be Time Traveler for tonight, and we'll go over the other crap in the nearest thingy-mabobber for whatever and whichever thing we're gonna do. But anyways, I want to just get to the next person. Let's just drop this fool because I don't think he's going to bring us anything else out of this. He literally just is like this. And once you bring out your fake laser lights that are green and blue and you put it in your video pretending that you're going to be a time traveler, you're fucking fake, homie. I mean, that's the easiest way to like pull that shit out of. So
also, like, I just looked him up, right?
Yeah.
And dude was like apparently modeling for a bit, like not doing the whole I'm a robot bullshit. Like he literally just did that shit on Dr. Phil to promote a music video. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Fair.
Yeah.
Strange.
Isn't life strange?
Okay, we're gonna
Very
go.
much so.
We're gonna go through this.
Although, do you know what I would love to see him do? As the collective consciousness person, do the organization experience like dumplings for the first time. The collective experience try a roller coaster for the first time. All these things that they probably don't have in the future, and seeing how they would react and what they think of it and stuff, because like that would be hilarious.
Yeah, no, there's so many things that you could do to make this stuff be more
believable,
convincing to do certain things. I mean, like, God damn it, Micro. Yes. I'm sorry to make you moist.
I'm not moist at all.
We'll figure that out later. Once we get into the decimal chords. But anyways, the reason I'm going to go to this one next is not because there's an order to this. It's only because he's only 11 minutes long, and we're going to go into him for just a second. And
only
then
11
I have
inches.
one.
What?
Oh. Yeah. Well.
Goddamn government man stole his inches. He was 23 this morning.
Well, the thing is, because he is a conspiracy theorist, because he says he's 11 inches, it's more like he's 9 inches, because it's always 2 inches more shorter than what they always say, because they don't know how to measure. But anyways, let's get into this gentleman for just a second, and then we'll get further into it, and then we'll end on my proof of me being a time traveler.
Another drink sent.
And I have a confession to make.
Son of a beach. Okay, well, hold on, wait. And if anybody else sent me another drink, you all let me know.
Oxes?
Did Ox send me a drink?
Yes.
Okay, so do I have 2 now? And
Yes.
I'm sorry, Ox, if I did not see that earlier. If there's anybody else who sent me one, please let me know, and we'll get to that. Because you know how much more funny I am drunk. I mean...
Yeah.
The more drunk you get me, the more naked I get. And if you have never seen me naked, then you've not been to our Discord. So if you are not a part of Queen's Discord, then somebody needs to share that in the side chat. And you all need to come over to the side chat. I mean, sorry, Queen's Discord. And we, I get naked most of the time. And we watch movies and other fun things. And, Micro has fun with me while I'm naked, is all I have to say. And of course, so does my queen. But anyways, if there's nobody else that sent anything else in, I'm going to do a double right now because it was the ScHitT and the Ox. So here we blow. And I will blow all of you as soon as I get done drinking all of this. I mean, what did I say out loud? We'll see in the Discord later. Bad vodka. Okay.
I don't know if I can share the server. I tried to do invite thing to get the link, but it looks like Queen's got it on invite only.
Hold on. Let me see.
Thank you.
I'm not a mod on it.
Yeah, thank you, Vila. And if one of us should be able to.
Invites are disabled for Queen server.
Okay, so give me just 5 milliseconds. Cheese and rice.
Sorry, Han.
No worries. I think I can do it. Okay, so son of a beach. Everybody, if you would like to join us in Queen's Discord, we watch videos, we watch movies, we watch porn, we watch all kinds of fun stuff over there. So if you want to join us, please do.
You also play games.
And we play with each other. Yeah, you're right. We play games. That's what we call it in quotes. It's play games.
Play games, we kill each other.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to come over there, oh my God, my uncle's here.
Hey, Uncle Beck.
Hey, Beck.
Hey, Beck. It's so lovely to see you. If there's any time you ever want to join us, you just let us know that you want to come inside of us. I mean, come with us. Come onto the stream is what I meant to say. So, just let us know, Uncle, if you ever, or Beck, if you ever want to be here. Let's keep blowing on and let's watch this. He is a shit sack that claims to be a time traveler, and he thinks that he's like really cool with the way that he sets up his lighting and stuff. But anyways, let's blow on.
Very difficult confession for me, for the implications that this that it represents.
Okay, I'm going to slow it down just a tiny bit because he does actually talk kind of fast. Here we go.
To my friends and to my family. But I have to say, it's been with me for a while now, for several years now, and I have to confess it. I come from the future. Yes, you heard right. I am a time traveler, and I come from the future.
But your accent is very, very hardcore, and it's very specific, which, like, not to be a dick, but I think that in the future, like, you probably wouldn't have that exact accent. It would sound more worldly with other cultures mixed into it, right? But I could
more culturally ambiguous.
Yeah, exactly. He's speaking in a very hardcore dialect, right? It's very specific to where he's from. To where if you were to say, "Hey, blah blah," and then English, and then UK accent, Australian, and then Japanese or whatever. Like if you had this mixture of accents while you're saying different words.
I just have this image now of someone going, like English accent, "Hey, hey, hombre, what do you think you're doing trying to be so kawaii?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like
exactly.
Using in a proper English accent, random words picked from different languages.
And that's what it would be like 40 years in the future or 100 years in the future or any time in the future. There would be a mixture of stuff. I want to say that like Ghost in the Shell like kind of does that, right? I think that's the anime that like the TV series, the animated TV series. I want to say they try to do that a little bit more, right? When some of them go into certain bars and clubs, they're speaking a certain like weird slang, and what's his name has to like kind of figure it out to like talk to them to make sure he can find the right person. Oh, sorry, Ghost in the Shell. I'm thinking of Cowboy Bebop. Sorry, it was Cowboy Bebop that I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Right?
I watched that.
And even the live action. But in the Cowboy Bebop animated series, he goes into bars and he talks in different dialects, right? He's talking in different places because they're in different planets. That's how the world would be. It would not be this like specific hard accent that's only in one specific place. You'd have to deal with people from around the fucking universe. So it would be this really weird accent that like none of us could like understand. Like it would be, we could, but we couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're American and you go to Scotland and you go to the heart of Scotland and you try to like talk to somebody at a bar, most of the fucking those Americans are not going to understand the accent, right? And the dialect.
Yeah.
It's still English.
If an American went to like northern Scotland, they wouldn't get it. It would sound like
yeah, and you're like, huh? Even though like I kind of understood kind of weird. But again, he would not be speaking this way. The dialect would not look like this. Anyways, let's keep blowing on, and because we need to get past him, and like I have other examples.
Specifically from the year 3140. That's when everything started. I was part of an experiment conducted by my government at that time. They had been working on this time machine for several years. And finally, New Year's 3140, a scientist finally discovered the final ingredient for the time machine. So they started gathering all the requirements to finally complete it. They lined up a bunch of government employees and asked them if they wanted to be part of this experiment. At the end, after several
this is not what you would be speaking about if you were involved with this. Do you know why? Because you had no idea what happened for you to get there. What you would say was, they put me inside of something to do this, and I experienced this through this. You would not. There would be no prefix, right? How do you know what the fuck happened before your fucking punk ass got fucking put into something? You wouldn't know that. You're a nobody.
They don't normally tend to have someone that was in the inventing side of making the machine actually do the physical side of the mission, because they're two separate areas.
This would be like Idiocracy, where they said, hey uncle, hey Buck, Beck, Buck, whatever, you know.
God, I hate that everybody does
that. Hey, welcome.
Hi, Uncle B.
I'm so glad that you get to come on our.
Send me a link.
I'm so glad that you get to come on our stuff again. I love you being on here. There.
I love you guys too. I miss you guys.
Yeah, I miss you, and I'm happy every time we get to have you on. But anyways, Beck, what do you think if you were involved with being okay? You're a truck driver, right?
Yep.
So when they discuss how they're going to put something inside of a trailer to have you transport it, do you know that process?
Absolutely.
Or you just pick up, some they pack it or they give you something.
But I mean, you don't necessarily know the exact process of how they made the item that you're transporting. You just know you're transporting it.
Thank you, Vila, for putting that in the right. So what I was getting at is you are just the transporter. You do not need to know anything before the stuff, right?
Nope. Don't need to know a damn thing about it.
And in honor of Beck joining us, another double coming at you, Slim.
Well, thank you very much.
No, but also, like I think that it's also I say like depends on like the whole project.
Yeah.
It could be that they want you to tell everybody.
Sure.
What happened? So they'll give you a rundown like this is what happened. Tell people that.
But then he's doing this as a confession because he can't take the guilt of lying anymore.
Yeah, so
sure, we'll go with that.
And maybe it's general knowledge in that time that they're working on it and how it's going. So
but
like knowing governments, probably not.
Exactly, but once again is even if they let you know your cargo, you don't know your cargo technically, right? I mean, like, what do you care if if they're going to give you money to transport this from here? So being a time traveler through what this twat whistle, I'm not going to call him a gentleman, thinks that is going on, he does not need to know the prerequisite, the prefix, right?
No, he does not.
Why would any military personnel tell you anything other than like an idiocracy? Get inside this fucking little coffin, get in there, I'm going to put these things on you, and then we're going to close it in fucking whatever years we're going to open it up and you're going to fucking be whatever, right? That's all you know. This person that or thinks they're a time traveler is already trying to give us prerequisites. That's not how this works. The government does not tell you how this works. When you're a peon for the government, they go, hey, you're going to go out to this woods and you're going to take this thing and you're going to go do this thing and you're going to point this way, and then there's a person that's in charge of you going in front of you. If you don't fucking say what they do, then you know, it's a progression of bullshit. This motherfucker is just saying, oh, yeah, the government told me that I got to do this and this and this and this, and then we're going to make this. No, honey, you don't even understand this. And not to be a dick for him, but
go ahead.
Hearing the way that he speaks, he is not an intelligent. I'm not saying because of what accent he has or where he's from, he isn't, but he's not speaking intelligently. He's not giving me big words to hear.
Right.
So,
but you know, then you have the debate of, would they give somebody an accent we would recognize? Would they make someone seem dumber so we wouldn't suspect them of being some amazing time traveler? I mean, hell, maybe they sent the stupidest guy back, so if they lost somebody, they didn't lose anybody important. Who knows?
But they still would speak
you don't send your best man the first time.
No, definitely. I hear you, but like, I mean, that's why you punt out the first fucking, you know, silly person to do something in the first time you ever like, hey, that swamp, I don't know what's gonna do. Let's put the fucking guy who's gonna walk in the bog in first. Oh, he got drowned in it? Okay, well, we not do that again. You know what I'm saying?
Since I'm done being the devil's advocate, let me say now that we know time travel is impossible because we have no idea where the Earth would be. And he might land in the middle of space. He can land in the middle of the ocean, in a volcano. We don't know. There's no way to predict exactly where he's going to land. And he would end up most likely in space. So there's no way for us to do time travel.
Yeah, no, that's the major thing.
He knows,
Yeah, no, that's the major thing. That's the major
That's just
thing
enough to debunk it right there. You don't even have to go into the fact that we don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and
just
one more time, I'm gonna say this before we get further into this Idiocracy, which is a great movie, and you all should watch that if you've never seen it. Watch that.
You don't have to watch it. Just turn on Fox News,
and you get to experience it itself. But anyways, the major thing about this is that people forget, even if you're punk ass and the government's could figure out how to get you placed into a place that's not inside of a fucking horse or another human being while you're time traveling too. Yeah, and or whatever, right? If you actually work, once you get there, oxygen levels, CO2 levels, and other emission levels are going to be different. Your body is literally going to shut down and you're going to die immediately. Like I've done enough research into this.
Right, and then you have like gravity. There's so much.
There's so many
reasons why it won't work. There's so many reasons.
Yeah, and remember, if you don't have the fucking the time continuum thing on your what's it called, the vehicle, and you're not going 55 miles an hour or over, and you don't hit a road that isn't blocked off at the time,
you gotta go
then
at least 85.
Yeah, if you don't go 80,
license plate has to fall off and spark a little.
Yeah, and you have to have the fire burn of the
travel juice.
Exactly. If you don't have all that happening, then you ain't gonna get that be happening. You ain't gonna time travel over there, right there. You know what I'm saying?
You need your flux capacitor.
Okay, yeah. If you're not fluxing the capacitor, then at 85 miles per second, fucking it. Like
and you need
well,
that
it's
like
not
the
a
range that you bought from the size of the Russias, and they have to be chasing you, firing guns.
And if you don't got enough liberals there fucking you in the ass in dresses while wearing high heels, you ain't gonna. Never mind. Anyways, let's keep blowing out with this idiot for just like one more minute, and then we'll go to another one, and we'll go to another one and another one, because like it's all the same idiocracy over and over again. It's just great how much fun I've had with this, finding this stuff.
Several tests, I was selected for this experiment, for time traveling to the past, specifically to
why?
this
But why? But why?
They finally completed the prototype, and then after my extensive training, I was sent back to the past. I landed several years ago. I really can't say where exactly I landed because I really don't remember.
Why?
But I'm here now.
Wait. You don't remember where you landed because you don't remember what.
Remember that shit.
Like,
400
fall out of the sky.
Sorry. Like, he could have literally just said, I landed in what is now modern day Turkey, Istanbul. Like, he didn't say where, because 700 years ago, countries had different borders and different names, and that would catch him out on a lie. He could have saved it by going in what is now modern day, blah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I mean, what time frame are we talking about? Pangea or
right?
Well, the other thing is he could have said they sent me through with a device that tells me something, or the government that was trying to send me somewhere was trying to send me to this place in this time.
Yeah.
Again, they're not filling in information because it makes it so vague and so void that it seems like it could, but not enough. But you need to give me all this information.
They get caught out, don't they?
I'm a time traveler from the year 4020, and like I'll give you all the information you need. I mean, there's 69 continents now because we became a fetish nation and we just all started fucking each other. And now it's just like, there's not a UN. There's an BDSM nation is what we call it now. And so it's just everybody's fucking everybody, and we're all together. And we just use each other's resources on top of each other and inside of each other. And God damn it, I gave it away. Now they're going to kill me. God damn it, now I'm going to die.
Money, you trade in orgasms.
No. It's how big your genitalia is and how you can use it that gets you them.
No, we can't do that. You know why? Because some guys have a little tiny dick, but they can tear up a pussy.
Yeah, come on. You can't let him be broke again with his little baby carrot dick.
No, see, okay, so our monetary system in the future is BDE, big dick energy, and or BVE, big vagina energy. And so the more power you have in your genitalia,
big labia energy.
Yes, sure. BLV, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm too drunk right now, but that's how we do our monetization in the future. Right. If you can
still owe me a double.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God damn it. So if you can walk up to a jewelry store and say, I'll give you $10,000 worth of fucking, then they got to give it to you. You just got to bang it out, though. You know, if you can do it.
I can do it.
But Slim, like,
what she look like?
Now we got the UN, but like over there, did you have the FU?
We got the FUN. We got the FUN. You know what I'm saying? Just like
the fucking UN. That's right. It's fun.
It's the fucking U nation, you know, like the world's FU nation.
This is a fuck you nation.
We're just all fucking each other, and God damn it. Okay,
no sex even being had, but people are fucking each other all the time.
Yeah. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to another wannabe human. Yeah, that's doing this crap like they are not, but we're gonna.
Slim.
God, yes.
What?
Son of a
He
bitch.
just said. Apparently, you still owe him.
I'm almost there. Just give me a second.
Drink.
Just give me a second.
Drink.
I have to.
Drink. Sorry.
Yes. Well, hold on, you fucking freaks. I have to find
He's
the next
chanting,
video.
drink, when he doesn't even fucking drink alcohol most of the time.
Oh, you're calling me a pussy now? God damn it.
No,
I drink
not you.
hardcore.
Brainless barely drinks, and he's going drink.
Dude, you don't even want to know how many times I've seen Brainless. You hold on, Brainless. You don't even want to know how many times I've seen you butt chug in private BC. So
no, that's not drinking. That's butt chugging.
Vila, if I could,
yes,
if
exactly.
I would have joined him. If I could, I would have joined him.
There you go.
So I got
for tomorrow, Slim. You gonna do that tomorrow as well?
Of course.
Then I'll have tequila here.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to drink half of this and then stand up. Is that what it is?
And then
yeah.
half up. So.
Yeah.
I can't believe my queen isn't here, but I don't know what she's doing, but whatever. So, okay, give me a second.
Get your dick out, get your dick out, get your dick out for YouTube.
I mean, it is Halloween, so it would scare all of the audience if they saw how big I was. So it would.
Well,
Okay,
it'd be something I'd never forget. Whether I want
That's true. That's true. So here we go. Bro salute, all of the other things, Solanche and all that stuff.
Chin chin.
He can swallow that.
That's right. Swallow that liquid. Let it slip down the back of your throat. Feel that tingling in your belly.
Son of a beach.
The reaction when I switched to that one.
Oh no, I'm not
Your
sorry,
reaction's
but I am the
It's always
bitch.
funny.
Okay. So now we're just gonna go to the next time traveler, and I have to like use the restroom, and I will be right back. But here we blow with this one. We're gonna go a little bit fast. Yeah, he's already fast. We're not gonna go through the whole thing, but we'll listen to him for like a hot second. Let me make sure.
To come and
Anonymous films.
Okay, here we blow.
You must be Jack. Do you have a cell phone on you?
Yeah. We met on Grindr.
If you absolutely must keep it on for emergency purposes, please put it in airplane mode. And please do that now.
Okay.
We're gonna go over here and talk.
Keeping it on doesn't help.
So why are we here?
Murdered.
I like it here. It's a good place to come and gather your thoughts. You know?
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to meet us today. I expected you to be bald though, because in all the pictures I've seen, you're bald.
Yeah. I didn't have hair when I first got here. You see, people's hair doesn't grow in the future.
Why not?
Radiation. Man-made radiation is so concentrated by the 2080s that people don't grow any hair anymore. Men and women alike.
So why the mask?
I have to wear it.
And why is that?
My immune system. Everybody in the future has to wear masks or respirators when going outdoors.
When does this all happen?
It's happening right now. If you had any idea what you were breathing in right now, you'd be wearing a mask too.
Yeah. Hold on.
I already told you. You're not gonna want to hear this stuff.
It's called
There's
pot.
nothing good about it. How old are you?
42.
Yeah, see. You'll be long gone way before this stuff starts to affect anybody.
Yay, Mango's back.
What do you mean?
Sorry about the back.
People's health rapidly declines.
I hit it with my cock, and it just
It's basically unstable
always...
and unfit conditions.
That's okay.
These things
For the
happen.
next 90 years from now.
Next time, just hit me with
You
your
see, by the
cock.
2080s, everything changes.
Super Ghost, he did say that he didn't have it when he came here, insinuating he does now.
Yeah,
so.
but like, if your hair stops growing from growing up in radiation, like, why would your hair start growing when you come
The
here?
follicles would be dead.
Look, if the radiation's that bad, it would kill you.
Your
That's
chromosomes
fucking
would be
stupid.
fucked.
Like, okay, let's say like people, low levels or something, whatever.
Okay.
Like, if the follicle doesn't grow, it's not going to stay. Like when people start losing their hair and go bald, the hair follicle is gone. It will not grow back. Like, this wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. And he's saying, I can't take the mask off because germs. That mask wouldn't secure him from germs. The beard alone would be a breeding ground for bacteria. It isn't enough to protect you from the germs, which, yes, if you time travel, there would be different germs here too in the future, and you would have germs that could wipe us all out, probably.
Let me say this. Surgical masks are designed to stop things from going out.
Yeah, not in.
And that's why for COVID, they were like, if you wear them, you breathe out, it'll filter it so you won't make someone else sick.
Yeah.
This guy's trying to say they work opposite, and they do not. He would catch
but
every
he turned
fucking
it
bug if they had that
inside
mask
out,
on.
so it must work opposite.
Hold on.
It wouldn't save them from the outside.
Teacher has his hand up. Anyways, so the problem with this is, if you were from the future, you would already have a mask or a thing that was going to make this work in the nowadays. You would not be wearing a fucking wannabe, like, not even an N80 mask or whatever. There's so many other masks that you fucking could be wearing. Your punk ass went to fucking Walmart and fucking bought a fucking fake ass mask and put it on. And then you have fucking 90-cent glasses on, bitch, and a fucking like $20 hoodie on, and you're gonna say you're from the future? Fuck you, you fucking twat. There's so many things wrong with this that you just like made yourself like a fake ass fucking whatever. Like go to fucking Hot Topic and go buy a fucking like fake face mask thingy bobber and put it on and be like Darth Vader, you know.
They would be like photosensitive because of it, exposure and things.
Yeah, no, there's so
his
many things.
eyes would work differently.
Yeah,
exactly. It makes no sense, and also theoretically, like he would not be resilient to the germs here, the air environment here, anything. Also, he may well be allergic to the fabrics we use. He's not only in the future where, like, okay, we can say, we are the future to people in the Victorian era. We're talking about there's been a world devastating event that has changed everything. Coming back now would be the equivalent of when the white people went over to the Americas, or when like people go to tribes that are not contacted, and the devastating effects that have on those people that haven't been exposed to the germs over there, like, and vice versa. It wouldn't. Oh my god! It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it's all ridiculous. And there's not a timeline version of like how this works together, unless if you would all like to take a 2x4 and smash yourself in the head, and after that go and drink a shot or 5 of whatever alcohol you want that's over 90%, and then go and have sex with a prostitute with an STD, and then wake up in the morning and feel normal. That's what they're trying to fucking do to your punk ass. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, are literally trying to like make you feel something that's not exactly there, but like if you did it It may kind of be there, but again, it's not what is happening. So we're gonna
on
go
that
over,
happy note. I got to run to the office.
God. Okay, you're gonna be in the background, right? You're still gonna be inside my anal. You still have control to the anal vibrator I have in my butt, right?
You know, and
Or it's
the
Wi-Fi.
underdesk
It's the Wi-Fi version. Okay, as long as you have that going on, I will let you leave. Otherwise, I mean, I have to talk to the government and get you fired. But as long as you keep up with your contract, we're okay.
I
All
got
I'll
the
see you
app.
later. Yeah. As long as you
Oh,
you keep up.
And Slim, you've been called out for being wrong on something.
Uh-oh.
There's $3 Ray-Bans. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about the $3 Ray-Bans that they were selling on the boardwalk and GTA GTA 5 online that I forgot about. Exactly. Yeah, I forgot about that. But anyways, let's blow on to, you know what? Screw this hippie noise. Before we get the fuck out of here, I don't even care what the poll was, and I'm not gonna even stop it as of right now. We need to talk about how there is a crystal city underneath Antarctica. We just have to talk about it.
Yeah, Elsa went over there and did a and
Yes.
created the icy crystals. Or maybe
Is that
it was
like
all
Atlantis, or
maybe it was all of not Kenneth Copeland, Greg Locke, that was with Greg Locke, gathered all the meth crystals, the meth rocks.
Yeah,
that the people did and then he built the palace under the ice wall. I mean Antarctica.
So, besides you just telling us that a little bit there, Vila, will you describe what 100% you were talking about? Because you only give us a partial of that. Please tell us what that is.
What one?
How there were what's his name at a thing and how they had people throwing things on the stage.
Okay,
so you didn't yeah.
Greg Locke held a conference about exorcisms. He had guest speakers there. One particular guest speaker, who I don't think is actually very good at it, he's not got the patter down quite right. He pauses and says it in weird tones, but besides the point. He claimed multiple weird things like witches astral project over you and they piss on you and the rain is actually piss. And you prey on the witch in the air, that's astral projecting, and suddenly their body goes zoop and catches up with them and they fall butt-ass naked from the sky. He also said he went to, where was it? Do you remember what city it was?
No, I don't remember the city thing about. I just remember the African pissing thing.
Yeah, I don't remember what city it was in America that he said the meth thing happened at. But he was claiming that.
So that was which pastor was that? Because
I can't remember his name.
So it was not Greg Locke. It was another gentleman, and we looked them up before.
Yeah, he also claimed at this city in America, he was doing his praising thing, and apparently they're all so crazy there. They started bringing up meth rocks to place at the altar, that they were giving offerings of meth rocks.
Of meth. But to the best that we can come to understand it is they were throwing there are a certain type of crystal that happens very, very commonly, which is like a sandstone crystal in the western parts of America. So what we think that they were doing is they were taking these little like fake crystals and putting them on stage, and people were thinking they were meth crystals, although most of them probably do meth. So we think they were all methed out, putting crystals on the stage, which were just the natural salt crystals that happen in the southern part of the Americas, right?
I mean, a lot of Christians that are more into the hippie woo
Holistic
side, I know,
version.
buy certain crystals.
Yeah.
They tend to buy crystals that are angels. So you can buy various crystals that have been carved into the angels.
So
things like that. And also there's a natural crystal that forms in the shape of a cross.
Yeah,
Naturally, no carving needed. And a lot of Christians are obsessed with that one.
So Vila, right quick, will you read what Ox just put in what I just put up?
Is it crystal? When I was there, it was just polished quartz.
Yes, and so what they do is it's polished quartz, either in a cross form or in other angel forms or other forms in the Americas. So like I said, the Southwest has a bunch of these things that appear and they look like these things naturally, right? Either a cross or they look like an angel or certain things.
Yeah,
so that's where these things come from.
The cross one happens only in a mountain in America.
Yeah,
only
exactly.
place, and that's why the American Christians are obsessed with it. Because it's like, see, look, this natural cross formation only happens here, and it must be why God loves this country and all that.
Yeah,
bullshit.
all that shite. Exactly. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Okay, son of a beach, we're gonna go over this for just like 5 fucking seconds. Give me a second just to set this up, but just a tiny bit, and we will go over this. Even though, like, I think that it needs like a little bit more of its own episode, but let's just go through this right quick and have fun with it. So I'm not gonna say anything. We're just gonna go with it. Here we blow, just like your mom does on a Saturday night.
The highest honor for valor given by the United States, and was a pioneering American aviator, polar explorer, and organizer of polar logistics. Aircraft flights in which he served as a navigator and expedition lead across the Atlantic Ocean. Byrd is first man to reach both the North Pole and the South Pole by air. He is also known for discovering Mount Sidley, the largest dormant volcano in Antarctica. He has been recognized for all his discoveries, except for one: an ancient city under Antarctica. Welcome to Lab 360, it's time to explore. The period between World Wars I and II marks the beginning of the mechanical, particularly the aerial, age of Antarctic exploration. Wartime developments in aircraft, aerial cameras, radios, and motor transport were adapted for polar operation. It is during this time that a lot of mysterious unidentified flying objects were said to have been spotted. However, modern UFO sightings became
without evidence. Never mind.
Very frequent. The detonation of nuclear bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was as if we rattled some ancient, advanced beings, and they began to monitor us constantly. But who are these beings? And are they from another world? Or
that's a video game
with us and have been living here long before humanity emerged? Let's get back to Admiral Richard.
Okay, hold on. I have to do this because what we're trying to do with our channel is we're trying to break things up and we're trying to not copyright claimed. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, we're going to do this one first maybe. Oh, sorry. And then okay, now keep going.
Whose discovery in Antarctica was silenced by
That's
Admiral Byrd had been on several explorations before, but after the World War, he was asked by the government to go on the biggest exploration to Antarctica. Following this, Mr. Byrd commanded more than 4,000 troops, warships, and planes on this top-secret expedition to the South Pole.
Which they actually
The mission was named Operation High Jump, and it was to last for 4 months.
The flat Earth.
The mission was a huge
Literally
success.
disproves the flat Earth.
They discovered nearly
from all this
1/4
bullshit.
of the Antarctic coast, which had been previously unseen. It also further opened up the continent's interior for scientific exploration.
Yeah.
However, in the 3rd month, something unexpected happened that the government allegedly keeps from the public even till this day. Admiral Byrd discovered a crystal city under Earth. But the
And then I just have to do this right quick.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther?
Okay, let's keep.
government suppressed the information, and only after his death, his son discovered his diary, in which Byrd narrated the incident. While flying, he discovered an underworld Earth through the South Pole.
Being an explorer that he was, he went in. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw lush green wood. He looked at a city like none other. A city made of crystal. Bird suddenly realized that his aircraft was no longer in his control. Several flying objects appeared out of nowhere and hovered in the air, effortlessly. These flying discs lead him to a place where he meets a being. In his diary, he calls the being the Master, who is very disappointed at what humans are doing. He fears that
I mean, if you've ever gone into a dungeon and there's that person with all the leather on, they got a whip and all that stuff, what do you call them? Totally a master.
Master.
Humanity will destroy the planet, which is their home, too. Yes, they were concerned, and the way we have been since then, maybe think they are more concerned now. That's why there have been several UFO sightings near nuclear missile silos. Experts, however, refuse to believe it, although there has to be a reason why several countries have bases at the poles. Maybe the UFOs we see aren't aliens at all, they are ancient beings of this planet. Maybe that's why most of the reported UFO sightings are near water bodies. Let's go back in time again. As the Soviet Union disintegrated, the Russian Navy declared.
Okay, I have to do this for just a millisecond, and I know, but. Okay, let's keep going.
Classified its records of Cold War UFO sightings. The reports suggested that 50% of UFO encounters were connected with oceans, while 15% with lakes. The reports stressed that the UFOs tended to stick to the water. And that makes a lot of sense. Life as we know it depends on water. And water could be the only common thing between us and the aliens.
Why does UFO need to be
the radars on Russian submarines on several
Human
occasions
life
gave
as we
readings
know
of
it
material
relies on
objects.
water. However,
I mean,
any other life forms, our Earth, carbon life forms, whatever, we rely on water as we know it, the H2O.
Yeah.
However, we have no clue if our water is even safe for them. Look at that cave that they discovered. That the air is poisonous to us because of the toxicity levels, and yet they are living down there. Our air kills them straight away. We go there, kills us.
Yeah, exactly, Villa. They could be living on nitrogen, or their substance could be on. They could totally live on only beets and rice. I don't know. I mean,
just beets and rice, man. That's all you need.
Okay, let's keep blowing on.
But Slim, I'm off the bat.
Yeah,
Guys,
of course. We love you, Brainless, and thank you so much.
Yeah. Love you guys. Night.
Bye.
Don't make it too late.
I won't, Dad.
I know it's fun to stay here, but we need sleep.
Don't make me actually have to live my real life.
Just dream of me pegging you while you go to sleep. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
night,
keep
fuckers.
Yeah.
And nice people.
Later. Yep. We're almost out of here. I just want to do a little bit more of this, and then we'll get out of here and go into the Queen's VC. If anybody wants to watch some other fun, porny type stuff and or things like that. But we'll keep blowing on as of right now. Or we could just say that.
You're stupid. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
Speeds. Calculations showed speeds of about 230 knots, or 400 kilometers per hour.
I got
Speeding so fast is a challenge, even on the surface. Whatever they were, defied our laws of physics. Russian Navy personnel were left scratching their heads, for they knew that it wasn't US or any other country spying on their waters. According to a Russian Navy intelligence veteran, ocean UFOs often showed up wherever there are NATO's fleets concentrated. Near Bahamas, Bermudas, Puerto Rico. They are still most often seen in the deepest part of the Atlantic Ocean, in the southern part of the Bermuda Triangle, and also in the Caribbean Sea. Another place where people...
What, Vila?
So it's almost like other countries might be spying on the military bases to see why they're there or something, you know.
Oh my god, you mean different countries are spying on different countries through different
I know,
means of
right?
different things? Oh
And
my
I
god,
don't
that would
believe
never
it.
happen.
No
We would
one.
never.
No government ever would do that. No.
No, you're right. They just all love and trust each other so much. They're having a massive circle jerk while singing Kumbaya right now.
We would never.
He's got the
We would
whole
never
world.
violate treaties of our spying on other countries at all. We've never done that. No, we've never fucking violated fucking any of that bullshit, doing anything on watching each other. And or what's his name that fucking had to go like to another country so he didn't get fucking like picked up by us because he told us that our own government was spying on ourselves? No, that never
Snowden.
happens. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Snowden had to leave England because he came to England. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're not. Our governments aren't spying on our own people. That never happens. No, that isn't a thing
that's why
anymore.
we don't have any cameras anywhere.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and England totally is the most monitored country in the world. We don't have cameras that can follow you the minute you leave your house to wherever you go in the country.
Totally. Yeah, and not just that, but do you know how many dumbass fucking twat whistle ass punk ass bitches fucking hold their phone in front of them and walk everywhere 24 hours a day? Bitch, do you know why I know where you're at 24 hours a day? Because you're fucking dumbass fucking like tweets that fucking makes a video.
You should have not turned on Snapchat map.
And all that other fun stuff. Dude, everything shows me where I'm gone every single fucking day. Because I don't turn it off. You want to know why I don't turn it off? I'm a public figure. Being a public figure, I have to be open. If I want to get gigs, I actually have to leave everything open. Being a normal, if you're somebody who doesn't do what I do, turn that shit off. Don't let people know where the fuck you are.
There's this button that says only while using app.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
On everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I do, and then even then, when I'm not using something that needs my location, I turn it off at the mains. I say don't, like, I turn off the ability on my phone.
Yeah,
I know that only works to an extent, but it's better than nothing.
So remember, ladies and gentlemen, folks, boys and girls, whatever you are, dogs, cats, foxes, whatever you are, whatever.
Okay, sure.
Squirrels.
Yeah.
Squirrels that are actually a teacher. No, sorry, squirrels eating nuts, teachers using the litter box at school.
All you squirrel teachers out there, just turn off your location and you're able to get through this bullshit, you fucking twats. Anyways, you know what? I don't even remember what we're doing anymore, and like I'm totally over this because like we've been doing this for a hot minute, and
people often report UFO encounters.
Yeah, we know what's going on. We're gonna start this up again somewhere else. I've had way too much fun with all of us.
How does that guy know he didn't have an hallucination? Does the military have any records of him on the radio saying, "Oh my God, you won't believe this"?
No.
What proof have we got? Because that guy is dead. It's the son that found it. And is saying that he heard his dad describe all this shit. Like,
yeah. There's too many in betweens of what's for what's and whatever.
Sounds like the son's trying to live off of daddy's fucking legacy and trying to get some fucking cash out of it.
That's exactly what I thought.
Totally.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, all right. So we're going to end this, and what we're going to do tomorrow is going to be Drunk News Report, and we're going to go over some weird ass crazy news that we found out. And then Thursday, right before if Widows is going to do something, is we're beginning to stream snipe religious channels. So if we can turn on our stream and we can find religious streams going on, we're gonna actually snipe them. I'm not asking anybody to go there and to fuck with them, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at Kenneth Copeland on Thursday. We're gonna look at Greg Locke, and if they're not live, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at their last live recorded video, and we're gonna go through it, and we're gonna go fuck with them because
sounds like fun.
God damn it. The more that we fuck with them and the more that we can like get them attention to get off the platforms that they're on, like actually like report them, the more that we can get them to go away. And that's what I'm trying to do nowadays.
Meant to be banned from YouTube anyway. He's been banned multiple times for various things. I do believe the government actually count like
him
he's on
as
a
a
watch list or something. He's been
Yes,
banned for
yes.
hate speech, instigating violence against persecuted communities, minority. I
Totally.
can't remember the word. My brain is not functioning properly. Sorry.
So what we're trying to do on my channel, because I'm a nobody and who gives a fuck about me, we're trying to push getting rid of those people by using me being a nobody by talking about them. It's what I want to try to do. So that's why we do all of the stupid shit. It's just trying to get a recognition to people who should not be on the interwebs anymore, and to get them to get the fuck off the interwebs because they are being toxic and or grifters or making money in a way that, like I said, from all of you, I learned how to do tarot card reading. I learned how to be a grifter. I learned how to do all this stuff being a carny. What I want to do is I want to expose it, and I want to get you all to realize how you should not be giving money to these fucking grifters and people that are fucking with you all and not giving you the right information, so that we can all give you the right information and let's all have fun doing it. So anyways, let's everybody say goodbye right now, and we will get to that in the next thing in lovers and laters and stuff. So Vila, let us know what you are doing in the near future, or what you want to do with your channel.
So next week I'm gonna start doing the scary stories, and since it's October, spooky month, I'm sorting out with a few people doing some scary games and other such fun things, because like
Sweet.
Halloween is amazing. I love Halloween.
Yes. Awesome. So that's what we'll be doing. So in the description of this video is all of most of us. Uncle, I don't know if you're doing anything. Let's talk to you next just to check. Are you doing anything on your channel that's pushing anything or doing anything?
No, I'm just
making new.
I honestly, I stopped streaming, and I'm just every so once in a while I just do a random stream out of nowhere.
Okay, sweet.
So,
and
if
you
you're
and
sub,
I,
you'll get a notification.
sweet. And then you and I will be talking in the near future about like working on doing things about transgender stuff to promote it and or to make sure that like we're helping people in the transitional periods of their life, because both you and I and Vila and other people's on the panel and in the side chat have all gone through this. And we want to make this the easiest way possible for people to transition through their life to be comfortable and to want to be the people that you want to be, and not let people telling them not to do that is going to make them go through suffrage. So anyways, everybody
Whenever you're
will
ready,
talk
buddy.
about that. Yes. And then Mango, what would you like to promote as of right now?
Well, there's nothing going on my channel in the upcoming future, because like I've been focusing on my mental health, small human
Totally.
work, like all that stuff.
Yep.
But tonight around like midnight EST, I think Security Monitor Lizard and I are streaming together.
Okay.
To talk about serious shit. So
okay, so definitely, Mango, will you do me favor and post you and Lizard's channel in the side chat to make sure that everybody, I'm sure everybody who is here is on all of our sides, and we're all together, and we've fingered each other. I mean, touched each other. I mean, liked but whatever. So thank you all very much. What we're going to do is we're going to end it right now. And what I would like to do is we're going to all go into Queens VC, and we're going to all go watch some fun things and go spend time together and be more of a family, which we normally do every single night. Thank you all very much. We'll see you tomorrow or in other people's streams, other people's chats, and through other people's thingamabobbers. So thank you all very much, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody say bye.